Hello everyone. Hopefully we're doing well. We're just gonna go ahead and get started with D&D. There's not much housekeeping I have to clear up beforehand, so um, only thing I can think of is that I'm gonna try to be more consistent with streaming closer to the end of the week, like on Thursdays and Fridays, and hopefully Wednesdays as well. But hopefully we're going to keep more consistent and get online some more. Other than that, I'm ready for some D&D if you are. So I'm going to go ahead and pop over and pop back into chat.
Oh yeah.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Let me turn off my music. I just realized there is
Today we are missing Tia, unfortunately. They could not join us today. But we were still going to play with their character as they have asked me to continue on. Other than that, we do still have Red, Emilio, and Al with us today.
Hello.
Hello.
Well, are you all ready to begin? Oh, hello, Chestnuts.
I believe so.
Yeah, I think I am.
I'm ready.
Hang on just a sec.
Is this ambiance from a specific game?
Not that I know of. It is from just music on YouTube. It looks like it was D&D related.
It very briefly sounded like it might have been WoW ambience, but it.
Wow, ambiance would be interesting.
They have some really good ambiance. I highly recommend it.
I'm gonna sneeze.
You have to bless you.
If the sneeze will ever come.
I think I ruined it.
There it is.
All right. We're in the wrong channel, by the way.
Yes, we are.
You would quickly move.
Yep, probably. Or we can stay, I don't care.
Doesn't really matter.
Not really.
You guys.
Okay.
I guess we'll stay then. Okay.
So, we last left off after deciding. Come along. What happened last session was that they had made it safely onto the airship and were heading out of Alpine to the bay. And they finally had a chance to relax. Though shortly into their journey, Al realized that Theodore was aboard the ship. And their relaxation was interrupted by Al bringing him aboard deck, or to the upper deck, and in his anger, Al dragged him up onto the deck of the ship. I just said that, that's great. Where the rest of the party confronted Theodore and interrogated him on what happened in Alpine. Although they had plans of throwing him overboard, the captain intervened and brought him down to the brig. Party then settled down from the quite emotional interrogation they had with Theodore, and some of them went and stayed with Theodore. That would be Al and Emilio. And before long, they made their way back to the bay. At the bay, waiting for them, was a battalion waiting to board the airship to make it back to the city. The townspeople, and almost you, were escorted down to the bay below, which was roughly 12 houses. It's not so much of a bay as it is more of a supply receiving area. Once aboard, group of class members, or those who identified themselves as class members, wearing grays and a light blue to offset all the grays. This party seemed very confident upon your first interaction with them, and happily took what information that you could give them. They instructed Theodore to be put back down to the brig, of course, and all of you settled down to make your way back to the town. Decided that you wanted to join and investigate the information Theo had given. The creepy man who had given him the stone, his invention. I'll go ahead and save the stress of the journey and assume that all of you are resting if you have not gotten a full night's or a full rest. And just preparing yourselves.
Yeah, if I did have time, I would have asked Emilio if he could continue translating the Journal of Rock Career. Good though.
Correct. I would continue to do that.
Absolutely.
Because I would figure that it might come in handy with the clasp.
The entries I gave you, Emilio, are the most pertinent ones. Feel free to just share those to Spice or Red.
Throw them in my DMs, I guess.
Yeah, I'll send them over.
But this, just assume that this is over the next courses of a couple days of doing this too.
Mm-hmm.
But these are just the more pertinent ones. Anything else?
Just
I
the
wanted
what?
to-
Top 3?
Sorry, say again?
Just the top 3. Luna?
Sure. Yeah, you can just do the top 3. Probably for this first one, and then next time that you guys spend a couple hours on it. Or how long are you spending on it? Because it's a 12-hour journey.
I guess 6, technically.
6.
But
You could
unless
probably get away
anything-
with 6 entries, an hour per entry.
Cool. And Al, did you have something to say?
I did want to do something.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys want to, if you guys are done.
Oh, are we done? I think so. I think I just spent some time. Spent some time. Just hanging out with Luna and Tia. Asking her about her inventions.
All right. Oh,
Before we get there,
Tia's gonna be playing her lute, just to be clear. And she just mostly goes into detail about her jetpack, of which you totally cannot understand most of what she's saying. All right, Al.
sorry.
No, you're good. I just wanted to make sure.
Am I
You're
good?
good. Yes, you're good.
Before we get there, I want to try and spend some time going through my memory and trying to see if I could remember any weaknesses that the things had. Granted, I was raged out of my mind at the time, but trying to look back and see if they maybe had a weak spot that I might have overlooked or something like that.
Roll
And then,
an insight with disadvantage because, like you said, you're raged out of your mind.
Quick question as well.
Yes.
To Al, are you asking like the party about this as well?
at the moment, I'm just going through my mind and recollection. I
Okay.
would probably ask you guys at some point.
Okay.
And that roll was a 10 with disadvantage.
And with disadvantage. Okay. Ooh, now I have to look.
Uh,
Well, that's a quick answer. From what you recall, the mech was the only thing that seemed to have resistances, and most of it seemed to be to simple weaponry and attacks such as bludgeoning.
Okay. Well, then that's whatever I'll ask the rest of the party if they saw anything that might put them down for good, I guess.
well, Red mentions that it's more of a hypothesis, but he hypothesized that if either the control device or the power source is disconnected from them, it may stop them in their tracks or prevent them from regenerating. He remembers when he quote unquote killed one. Before he had a chance to grab it, there was a glowing thing inside of them, presumably power source.
Okay. Do you guys want to pass this information off to the clasp or just keep that for ourselves?
That is a very good question. I don't suppose it could hurt to tell them.
Don't think so either.
Unless we're worried about them being in cahoots.
Doubt it.
But yeah, but I find that very unlikely.
That'd be this one hell of a show of force for a bait and switch maneuver.
Yeah.
I mean, they're taking back the town. That could mean they're taking it for themselves, but I don't know anything about the clasp per se.
So, DM question.
Yes.
The entire journey, so the escape from Alpine to the little loading area, that all took 12 hours?
On the airship.
Okay.
And that was at max capacity. And on top of that, they also were pretty much burning through all their fuel.
Right. Which makes it rather interesting that the clasp had an entire battalion of soldiers just waiting on standby.
I wonder how they would do that.
That wasn't necessarily a question or a statement for you, that was a statement for the party.
Sorry, repeat that statement. I was reading.
It's interesting how the clasp has an entire battalion of soldiers waiting at the one location where we're going to in less than 12 hours.
Point, but do we know where the clasp are? What's the word? Not hold up.
Located?
Where their base of operations, basically.
Well, I can tell you it wasn't that shitty little port because there was like 20 people there.
Fair enough, and I don't remember seeing him in the village that I encountered, at least as far as I remember.
There was a ship that I believe, Al, you should recall seeing on the water.
Should I recall it?
You should, yeah. You said you were flying around the ship.
Flying around the airship, or
I thought, yeah, you were flying around the airship or at least on the upper deck.
I wasn't flying around at this point, I don't think.
Okay. Well, I think somebody was on the upper deck. Somebody should recall seeing a ship on the water with little bees the bay.
Oh yeah.
At least that could be one way. Anything else?
Mm. I mean, I'm literally reading the entry that was given to me, but you could continue on.
Okay. Well, after settling down, anything else you're doing there, Al, or were you just trying to recall through your memories?
Just trying to recall and just make small talk with the party, trying to remember stuff about it.
Okay. Excuse me.
Oh, sorry. There was something I wanted to do.
What's up?
In my spare time, but I'm not uh reading up on the entries in the book, I'd like to try and get more information on Clasp and what they're kind of about.
Oh,
Not specifically asking the members what they're about or anything like that, but kind of in a roundabout way. Suspicion.
Okay, so you're wanting to say, you wanting to have a conversation? Or,
I'm scared I might fuck it up, but if that's something you want to do.
well, that's up to you. I mean, you're the one who's wanting to get to know a little bit more about the clasp.
Uh,
You could talk to the guards as well. Some of the fighters that aren't the very identifiable members. Everyone else compared to them is pretty basic bitch.
You know, I'll ask the uh airship's crew
Hmm.
um um about the clasp.
Okay. Um, from what they know, the clasp is the general peacekeepers and the ones that are really keeping the entire continent together. There is a crisis such as this, they send someone as soon as they hear, or can anyway, and they're basically your crisis callers. They do a lot with information. They're kind of a guild, but such a massive scale of a guild. But they're everywhere. They're separate from kingdoms.
In my investigations, when I talked with the crew, did they seem uh amicable about the clasp, or were they
They seem pretty not like hating of them at all. They seem relatively respectful. Um, they don't
it
seem
wasn't
to
like
show any bad taste.
okay, so it wasn't like just reading off a script.
Yeah, no, it's not like reading off a script either. It's more of like their genuine opinion.
Okay, fair enough. That's I guess I'm fine with that.
Okay. All right. So, after the journey and some rest, it's about what time was it that you were in? It was dawn, wasn't it?
I think we were leaving in the middle of the night.
Yeah, and you
Alpine.
arrived
arrived.
late morning.
Yeah,
It would be done.
Not late morning, but it'd be
somewhere near sunrise. I feel like I remember.
well, 12 hours from about midnight, because midnight's when the fireworks kicked off, and a little later than that, because you guys were doing some other stuff, so probably actually closer to 3 in the afternoon. And then 12 hours from there, probably about an hour to 5 o'clock to finally get everyone aboard and off the ship, of course. Takes a little bit of time.
Okay.
Probably showing up around 5 o'clock in the morning. So just before sunrise. It is still dark out. However, in the distance of the horizon, you can see the faint glow of orange beginning to lighten the sky above to a very pale and pleasant blue. The clouds seem non-existent today, which just tell you it's going to be quite warm in contrast to the cool of this evening. As you near the guardsmen and the class members get ready, they themselves, the class members, are below decks already, on the far deck, just next to the ladder, kind of conversing with one another. You can see some of them smiling, see a joke being made, some laughter being shared. Where are you all? Because I know some of you are hanging out with Theo.
Break
Um,
time, baby.
Yeah.
I'm next to the jail.
Okay. Amelia, you're...
By the time
By the time.
I was gonna say, by the time we've started to get closer to Alpine, I would have come up onto the deck
Okay.
to gauge the situation.
From above deck, the city itself doesn't appear to be much different than when you left it. Nothing's on fire. Well, hang on a sec. Is something on fire? That's a good question. Building is on fire. Okay, there is a building on fire and a small section of buildings that look scorched. But beyond that, nothing looks too different. And it's roughly the area that the fireworks went off.
Oh, interesting.
Interesting indeed.
I wonder how that could have happened.
I mean, I didn't cause it, so.
Tia is also below deck, hanging out with Amelia.
Before we kick this thing off, I would have spent an hour or two just going between the decks, not necessarily asking, but just trying to get a feel for like the experience levels of the battalion of soldiers and like their general number and composition.
From what you can tell, they aren't so much used to like all-out war. They've never been in all-out war, but they've definitely have seen their fair share of interesting cases as such. If you're looking for like maybe words of stories or things like that, you can hear sometimes the jokes going on back and forth of, oh, you remember back in Winston, like, yeah, those kind of jokes that go back and forth. You can gather that maybe they've encountered a couple close to the severity of this one. If not more than a few lesser than.
So they're not actual like military types, they're more like the adventure types? Or are
They're
they
more
military
mercenary types.
Okay.
They still do
Members.
bear the same armor like everybody else, though. Like them, except for, of course, the main class members.
They're not like actual members of the class, per se.
More like they're the underlings.
And the 6 that we had are higher up.
Yeah. The group basically that you talk to is a little bit more promoted.
Presumably officer rank.
Presumably.
Okay. So at least they're not raw levies that have never seen a sword before. So that's helpful.
I'm gonna close the window real quick.
I imagine that would be helpful. But I guess it all depends on the leadership.
Okay.
Yeah.
Window's closed.
Well, they seem relatively competent. Well, I guess we'll see.
Yep, I guess we'll see.
Right. When the anchor is finally lowered, it's not really done very well. It's more of drop it and hope it catches. Compared to what you experienced at the bay, where there were several hands on deck, where they were lowering it slowly, positioning it in the right spot, and then securing it to the ground with chain. This time, however, they do not have the hands on the ground.
Huh.
You see, actually, how well they do. Oh, wow, okay. To their surprise, the anchor hits in the middle of a street, very close to the original landing site, and catches on the edge of a sandstone building, which seems to be holding it very securely against the very gentle breeze. There's not much of a wind going on. Eventually, the ladder is lowered down. And a couple hands and a couple guardsmen go down to secure the area. And before long, which is not long after, the guardsmen go down to secure the area. The clasp group looks to you, Asmodeus especially, a twinkle in his eyes. Well, you gonna go down there? Ladies first? Or shall we?
Before any of when we were dropping the anchor and all that, I was checking the. I was looking towards the, what's it called, town square, because I remembered them making their way towards that.
Oh, the robots or the machinations?
Yeah. Does there seem to be a higher density there now?
Roll a perception check.
Perception check. Okay.
Yes.
Your perception. Where is my perception?
Perception.
There it is. 21, thanks to my +7.
Nice. There does appear to be, yes.
Okay.
It is definitely not lit, but from what you can see, it is.
Then yeah. At what the what was his name?
Asmodeus?
At Asmodeus's, at what he said. I guess we'll head down first. I would be careful of the town center. They seem to be huddled up there. They were making their way there last we were here.
Okay. Say that one more time about the townspeople. They were making their way there?
The constructs.
The constructs. Got you. Right. I mean, sounds like a good place to check out first.
I mean, if you want to run into all of them at the same time, maybe.
Oh, we're a little bit quieter than you think, or at least some of us are. And he looks towards a couple of the members that look a little bit more lightly equipped.
Either way.
Even some.
Yes, some. Kind of very egotistically, like,
Either way, I think we will head over to Theodore's house and see if we can't find anything that might help in shutting these guys down.
Ah, I see. Well, kind of turns and looks at everyone. Reginald looks at the gnome. And he looks back up at him, kind of like, what? Can you please give me your stone? My stone? What, I might need it. No. You probably do not. You'll probably stick around with somebody else. It's okay. We need to talk to them if they find you, of course. Fine, but if they lose it, they are paying for it, and it is a pretty price to pay. Reginald, as he says that, looks at all of you, like dead in the eyes, and passes a stone that he pulls out of his coat pocket to Asmodeus. It's a purplish stone, about no bigger than the size that could fit into a human's palm. So it's a little bit big for a gnome. But he takes it and passes it to you. This is what we call in the industry a sending stone. When you have information, feel free to send it. We do expect it back, as you can tell. Reginald has grown quite fond of this one. And he hands
Sounds particularly useful. I throw it overboard. No.
it. Shit.
Like to eat the rock.
We will take care to not lose or damage the object. Thank you.
Indeed.
And as I say that, Luna, do I have any knowledge of what has been just given to me?
That's a good question.
Yeah. Have I seen anything like this in my endeavors?
Oh, I suppose he should probably explain it to you, huh? Or he could.
I guess, yeah.
I'm gonna roll dice to see if he can see that you have no idea what you're dealing with. His perception was shit. I rolled a 3. He hands it off to you. I mean, the sending part sounds like you would probably know that it's a messaging stone, but you're not too sure how to activate it.
But I have not dealt with anything like this before.
Roll a history check.
Or hold on one second. Where is it? There it is. Quickly. A history check. Where is history? There it is. 19.
19. You recall your previous employers, your bosses, to sometimes use some kind of stone. It's not of any particular color or shape. But you do recall maybe some communication stone in use.
Okay, but I don't specifically know how to use them or if they can be used in different ways.
Yes. You are not too familiar with them. You know that they're communication stones, you're just not sure.
Okay, I know I have been given a communication stone. Okay.
Yep.
Got it.
Asmodeus kind of pats you on the shoulder as whoever goes first makes it their way to the ladder.
Well, I mean, shield first, Al.
You look and I'm already fluttering off the deck of the ship.
Oh, fuck it. Right.
He's just
That's
slowly
right.
falling to the ground.
Yeah, just staring at me, slowly going down.
I press an imaginary button and the elevator starts going down to the floor.
Exactly.
Alright. Al, you're going first?
Sort of. I was using my boots.
Okay.
He's
So who's going on the ladder first, then?
I might as well.
Might as well. Okay. Emilio, do you want to follow or do you want Tia to follow first?
I'm escorting a prisoner, so that one's up to you.
Oh, Theo was coming with you.
Correct.
That might be an issue.
That might be an issue.
I
Was that not the plan?
don't think we specifically talked about it with the clasp.
Yeah.
Are you trying to currently take him off the ship?
Yes.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Asmodeus stops you. Where is he going?
Back to his house.
I'm not so sure that's the safest thing for him. Wouldn't you think the same?
Yes, technically. It's not the safest environment.
He's safer
What?
up here, I would think.
Before I start heading down, I
Just your
speak
head's
up.
peeking up.
He's probably going to be pretty helpful in finding any information in his explosion of a house. He's not very organized. Let's put it
Roll
that
a
way.
persuasion check, Amelia, with advantage.
Okay.
Do I hear any of this as I'm going down?
I imagine you're already down.
Oh, okay.
Maybe you notice that there's a hang up, but you're not hearing anything.
I was gonna say if I could hear it, I'd start smashing the imaginary up button, but I keep going down.
Alrighty. First one, not great. Second one, much better. 24. What's my mod for persuasion? Hard to use your mouse when it's off. 26.
Oof. I thought you said 24, and I was like, damn, that was close. 26 does it, though.
I thought it was a 7. It was a 9.
Nice. If you're confident you can keep him safe, of course. Might not be a problem.
Yeah, fairly. We brought twice as many people last time.
You brought 2? He raises an eyebrow.
I mean, there was only 2 of us that could go.
Yeah, we only found 2 people.
Fair.
And they weren't exactly in fighting condition.
Well, we'll be taking care of the townspeople. We recommend, if you don't see, of course, the end coming, that once you finish your business, you should probably get him, and he nods towards Theo, back to the ship whenever you are done with him. I would think.
That can be handily done. As long as he doesn't try and run off as I stare directly into his soul.
no, I'm good. I'll stay with you guys. I think I have a better chance that way. If I am coming, so. Alright. You somehow convince Asmodeus to let you pass with Theo. And you make your way down, and the class members following relatively swiftly behind. Al, as you are the first on the ground, the place that the anchor is landed isn't under siege, but it has encountered a little bit of an attraction of a couple drones off in the distance, flying ones. But it looks like a couple guardsmen have already dispatched out to handle them.
Okay.
Other than that, there is 2 other guardsmen that are kind of in the area with the crewmen, just pretty much securing the area and making sure that eyes are everywhere.
Okay. I'll keep scanning sections that they aren't, and I'll have, for this part, just my Warhammer and shield at the ready,
Okay.
waiting for the rest of the group to come down.
The Doesn't take too long, but the rest of the party joins, and it hasn't changed much. Everyone's still kind of doing their job. The guardsmen that dispatched of the 2 flyers eventually return by the time that the class members have made it to the ground. They look a little beaten up, but not too much.
Does it? They're able to take them down, though.
I mean, so were you.
Yeah,
got
but they,
back up.
yeah, they got back up.
But how long does it take? You don't know.
Like a round.
I mean, it didn't take very long for them to come back for us. I will ask the people who look pretty battered if the constructs they've just taken down stayed down.
As far as I know for now, but you said that they rise up, right? We just kind of tried to smash them to bits even when they stopped moving and kind of scattered the pieces, you know. Hopefully that helps.
Hopefully.
I'm gonna clear the buildings and see if I see those buzzers still flying our way.
Roll perception.
Probably not 10.
A 10. You definitely don't see them flying. You can see maybe just barely some remnants on the cobblestone, but you're not sure. It could be anything.
Okay.
Well, I think we should probably make our way towards Theo's house. I guess I can scout ahead if you guys would prefer that. Or do you think it'd better to just go as a group?
Yeah, we could probably just walk there as a group because we're main center of town.
You guys are kind of you're in the same spot that you guys were for the airship last time.
Well, southwest-ish.
Yeah,
Yes.
we're not very far.
Mhm.
We're a few blocks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like maybe a 15-minute, 20-minute walk.
Okay, then I guess we just start making our way.
Okay.
Obviously trying to avoid large groups, but yeah.
Well, go ahead. Are you being quiet? Are you being loud? Like, what are you doing?
Go ahead, Al.
I'd like to try and be quiet and use the distraction of the battalion clearing that town as a distraction.
Same here.
Just take back alleys.
Okay. Go ahead and all of you roll a stealth roll.
Wait.
17.
Fuck.
Oh no.
14. Because I somehow, even as a rogue, can't roll above a 10.
I feel that I was just sitting there doing self rolls. My first one today was a natural 20. And I rolled.
Nice.
Well, no, it wasn't because it wasn't an actual roll.
Oh.
I haven't been able to roll above a 10 except for this one.
Rip. Okay, so we have 14, 17,
16.
16,
'Cause I only got
and
plus
oh, I gotta roll for Tia. Jesus. I was like, there's somebody we're missing!
I swear to God, if she gets higher than me, it'll be so annoying.
I mean, I would have. I just don't have proficiency in stealth.
Well, you did roll higher than me. I rolled a 14.
Oh. Sorry, I thought you were the 16. My bad. Damn, that's
Oh.
a shame. That's a damn shame.
I don't have proficiency with stuff either.
I literally have a plus 10 in stealth, and I still got a 14.
Hey, it's coming in handy right there.
I mean, yeah.
But
13.
Okay. That makes me feel a bit better.
she has a 2 or 3 dex mod. 'Cause I know she was using ranged weapons.
She has a +0 to stealth.
That doesn't make me feel better.
No.
Actually
Yeah.
makes me feel worse.
I don't know, man. She has +0 to stealth. So, alright. So we had 13, 14, 16, and 17. Oh,
Big numbers.
great numbers.
Oh shit. Never mind. I won't say anything about that. Continue on.
As you guys depart, the class members, Asmodeus specifically, and it gives you a small salute of good luck. The others kinda, see what happens. But as you guys depart, you can hear very nearby, roughly in the direction that those guards came from, clattering with metal on stone, and distant metal on stone as well, like footsteps making their way to your location. You guys narrowly escape as they are distracted by the main noise and the sight of the class members. They're immediately taken into battle. You continue.
Yeah, I think we do.
And you
Cover
continue
isn't blown
forward.
yet.
Alright. Didn't do too bad the rest of the way. Seemed like a lot more machinations are making their way from your location, or the destination, I mean, toward where the airship had landed. Seems to have caused quite the distraction.
Oh, I forgot to ask, did Asmodeus, who did he give the stone to?
Whoever was really engaging with him, like in the front.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so that would probably be you, Red.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Alright.
You got the shiny god rock.
I got the shiny god rock.
The shiny god rock. Alright.
Should I add a sending stone to my inventory?
Yes.
Okay. Add
Reginald Standing Stone.
Reginald sending stone. Rub it in his face more, won't you? Alright. Doesn't take you much longer to get to Theo's house. Like I said, a 15 of dodging through alleyways. Oh! I forgot to roll for Theo.
Damn it! It's like you wouldn't remember. Oh, that's why I shut up last time.
He rolled an 11.
Oh, great.
Blindness.
Blindness? Oh goodness, hang on, I have to fix something because I totally fucked it up. There we go, that should be perfect. Alright. That changes a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I.
2 9s, damn.
Right.
Perception's that good though.
How does this work?
Theo, once you guys, okay, about 10 minutes away from Theo's home, Theo trips, skitters across some stones, across the pathway, and kind of collides with the walls of some of the buildings as you guys are taking back alleys. Make some echoes. You all sit there for holding your breath, just listening, and hear them faintly. Footsteps chittering on the stone.
Where are we currently?
You currently are in an alleyway, I would say, between more than a couple buildings.
How dark is this alleyway, and is there any cover?
So the sun is rising, and you are in the shadows of alleyway. And there isn't much in this alleyway. There's a couple doors, like back doors. But other than that, there's not much else.
How long across is the alleyway?
Org. 30, 40 feet to the nearest main pathway. On either
Is
side.
there in the alleyway doors, windows that are open?
Yeah.
Anything?
Not open, but there is a couple back doors. Window-wise, everything seems to be closed and shuttered.
Is there a split off at either way? So is there like a junction in the alleyway?
Yeah,
Is it
you're
just
in a
straight?
four-way junction. Not a perfect four-way junction, but kind of just an off-centered four-way junction.
Where do the steps seem to be coming from?
Currently, your guys' is like left, so more northward.
I'll usher the group back, not saying anything, but I'll point back the way we came, and I'll kick open a door and make it seem like we're going out that way, a different direction than we're going.
So you're gonna kick open a door, and then what?
Then go back the way we came and find an alternate route.
Oh, okay. All right.
I quickly, noticing what just happened, throw a message to Al, telling him to grab Theo and carry him.
We'll pick him up by his throat.
Oh gosh.
Lost walking privileges.
Please, he needs to not make more noise.
God damn. Poor
And
Theo.
just to make sure he doesn't make any noise, I will make sure to lift him up so his feet don't touch the ground.
Okay. By his throat?
Uh-huh.
He's gonna be gurgling and gasping for air.
No, he won't.
Yeah, you will.
What if we just put him in my bag?
Oh my god, not this again.
I will immediately...
Actually, not a bad idea in this case.
That's
It
not...
has 10 minutes of air. He'll be fine.
Okay, it technically has 10 minutes of air, but that doesn't mean he can fuck up and just not hold it. Oh, never mind. Doesn't matter.
If he holds his breath, there's 10 minutes of air in there. Theo does not have the willpower to fucking suffocate himself.
Okay, what are we doing? Theo is being picked up.
I've already picked him up. I'll pick him up by the scruff, so I'm not going to
Okay,
be choking
okay.
him, but I'll pick him up by his fucking collar.
Okay.
I would like to try for a door on the opposite side of where
Okay.
Al just kicked open the door
Oh, okay.
very quickly.
There is another door in because like I said, you're at a junction in the opposite alleyway.
In the opposite alleyway, you said?
Yes.
On the opposite side of the alleyway.
No.
You'd have to cross the center.
No, you wouldn't have to. Just if you can imagine a junction, the alleyway that you were just in, that you kicked open a door in, it's in the opposite one, so it's in the one next to it.
Okay, then I'd like to cast Mage Hand, throwing it over there and trying the door and open it.
Me roll percentiles. It is 100% locked.
Awesome. just kind of going out. Yeah, I'm just following in Al's lead and running away with him.
Okay. So now, running back, go ahead and roll another stealth check. Not gonna roll for Theo.
Thank you.
God, fucking damn it.
God damn it, Al!
W.
Fuck.
Fellas.
Roll a 17.
8.
I-
Oh!
Red.
Tia
Red,
got
I don't wanna do it
good.
again. I don't want to do it again, Red. 18.
18, 18, and then what did Al get?
An 8.
8.
Uh-huh.
And
This
Red?
feels appropriate since you kicked the fucking door.
I'm not dragging Theo, so
Yes.
it makes sense.
I was about to say, you should be at disadvantage because you are dragging Theo, so you should roll another dice.
8 still.
Okay. Red, what was yours?
17.
17. Okay. Al, you are struggling with Theo. It's not him per se, but it's just the fact that you're having to carry a whole nother person by their scruff, and off the ground nonetheless. That is making it even more difficult, plus having your weapons out.
Mm-hmm.
You fumble and you drop Theo face first on the ground, with a not too loud, but still a oof coming from Theo, as well as the sound of a meat bag hitting the ground.
Question. More to the party. How important is it that we do not get found?
Yeah, vaguely. I didn't like getting murdered the last time.
It
I'm
would be
assuming,
nice
I'm assuming
to
Al
get found.
didn't. Yeah, it's a convenience. And I mean, worst comes to worst, I could just make us a hiding hole.
Yeah, I also have fog cloud.
That's true. I feel like we'll be fine. We'll just keep going.
So, there are also plenty more doors to kick open.
Yeah, at this point, you're kind of just about to leave this this collection of alleyways. You're about to dart over a street.
Okay. I'll just roll with it.
Okay. You don't see anybody as you dart across the street to the next alleyway. And just as you get into the next alleyway is when you hear those footsteps roughly very, very close to the area that you just were. You keep pushing forward?
Probably.
So we're in another alleyway, but the footsteps are where we were, not where we are.
They were where you kicked open the door.
Okay. Probably keep going.
I rolled a 16,
Probably.
and they have a +2 perception, which makes it 18.
So they see us.
So they know the direction that you went.
Okay.
At the very
I would like to use prestidigitation
Okay.
and farther down the kind of farther down the street, I would like to make the sound of broken glass shattering or
Mm.
glass shattering.
It definitely takes his attention. Rolled a natural 1.
Thank.
Immediately, you hear those footsteps break out into a relative jog or sprint for this machination, as they run in the direction of the sound that you made.
Awesome. We're all like huddled together, right?
Yeah.
I would assume so. Yes.
I very quietly say, let's quickly get the fuck out of here.
As we go, I'm gonna kind of do a side log to Red, like I was gonna do the same thing. Have to beat me to it.
Totally. Yeah.
Getting music restarted.
Ah.
AODY. There we go. Aha. Alright. So are you guys continuing in the same direction that you originally were, or are you still going back?
I think we're gonna kind of take a more around kind of approach around the center of the commotion, or at least that's what
Okay.
I'm planning to do.
Follow his lead.
May take longer, but it's presumably safer.
I'm down. We can go that way.
Okay. You guys instead circle around, going off of your last checks. You guys make it past without calling attention to where you were, or are, anyways, as you pass and go around the current mechanization that was hunting you. And you seem to have lost him. Eventually, with your hearts in your throats, you make it to Theo's house. Without much else intervention encounter.
Does the house look any different
No,
from
not from
when
the
we were
outside.
last year?
Not from the outside.
Aren't any lights on or anything like that?
Mm-mm. Nope.
Okay. Yeah, I guess we make our way to and inside, presumably. And if we don't see anything around it.
Nothing's really around it. Heading inside, the door is unlocked. Theo kind of ushers himself in a little excitedly, kind of happy to be home.
I grab him by the collar and pull him back.
I hadn't let him go.
Oh, you hadn't let him go. You picked him back up? You picked him back up?
I was carrying him the whole way. I had
Oh,
adjusted my
boy.
grip. So yeah.
Okay. Well then, he's like in your hands, just like, I'm happy I'm home. The inside is still just as dusty, and by the time that you guys had made it to Theo's house, the sun is just beginning to peek up above, and just the faintest amount of light is seeping in through the window, just enough to dimly lit the area.
Since it seems relatively quiet at this point, going in the house, I'm gonna turn Theo to face me and be like, you better hope by the gods, if you do what you just did back there, you're not gonna leave this town alive.
Then I won't be allowed to go up the stairs. Drop stuff all the time. I just wanted to make sure you knew that.
Okay.
Alright. What are you doing within Theo's house?
I ask Theo, where do you keep your notes on constructs, the stones?
That would be upstairs.
Of course it is.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Well, that's why I said I couldn't go up the stairs either. But it should be. Oh fuck! Where's my notes? It should be on my bookshelf. It's a red journal. No. It's a green journal. The red one is more my personal experience with the encounter. You can grab that one too. but the green one is the actual science and invention.
I guess I'll go grab the journals. You guys see if you can find anything down here.
Go slow. Try not to knock anything over.
Yeah. I slowly start making my way up the stairs. Actually having my mage hand ready in case anything does look like it's about to fall.
Okay. Well, thank you, Mousy. That's definitely helping.
Go ahead and are you being? You're all trying to be quiet, I would assume.
Yeah,
Okay.
probably.
I'm gonna go ahead and have everyone just roll a stealth check just to see how everyone's doing. As they just kind of look around downstairs, and then we'll do a dex for going up the stairs because they're quite precarious.
30, 20. Hey,
Nice!
29 for me.
Theo rolled an 18.
He's allowed to move?
keeping his mouth shut
Yeah.
or talking quietly.
Yeah, it's fine.
Get Tia. I also need to roll for her companion.
Uh-huh.
Her companion got 14.
Okay.
These has got to be the worst days for Theo right now. Being fucking dragged and carried along, threatened to be killed every other
most
second.
definitely.
I mean, it's kind of his own making, so I don't really feel bad for him.
It's 100% his own making.
Fair enough, fair enough.
But either way, yeah.
What's your
I
dex
got a
check?
20. Oh, dex check? You didn't want me to roll a stealth?
No, I want you to roll stealth, but I want you to roll dex.
Okay, then dex check. 17.
Nice. The stairs, they're daunting at first, as there are items on both sides of the stairs and no railing. And you sometimes have to step on piles of things to have a safer route up the stairs without knocking anything over. You take your time, and there are a couple moments where you fear, but your mage hand reassures you by catching something or holding something into place. But eventually you make it up the stairs into the very narrow hall with just about the same stacked up books and little widgets and odds and ends on either side. And there are two bedrooms, or not two bedrooms, I'm sorry, one room upstairs that is quite like a loft. There you go. The bed itself is pretty plain and littered, and there is a bookshelf next to the bed at the end of it. And there's a desk in the room as well, but it is also littered with items, widgets, and odds and ends. The bookshelf is full of multicolored journals and books.
Do I see the red and green journals that Theodore mentioned?
You see several reds and several greens. Different shades.
Damn it. Okay. Are there any names on the spines that give away what they are?
Nope.
Was that a no, sorry?
That was a no.
And then I would like to pull them out and see if their covers give anything away.
Nope. They are leather-bound journals that have a wraparound cover and a string of leather to tie them closed.
I'm gonna strangle Theodore. Okay.
Hey, there's some other colors there too, like blues and purples. He wasn't kidding about the greens.
I mean, yeah, you just didn't specify that there were 20 of them. But yes, I would like to just start skimming through the books to see if I find any mention of what I'm trying to find.
Roll an investigation check.
Okay, investigation. That is an 18.
Nice. It takes a while, but eventually you do find that the green run, he wasn't kidding about being the more science behind the stones, but you find it. You also find his personal occurrences or statements about what was occurring with the creepy man, his experience with the programming of the stones.
Okay, I would like to, in that case, put those 2 books in my backpack.
Okay.
And then take a short look around the room, see if I see anything of
Nothing
interest.
out of
Or-
the ordinary. You see a little plate on the bookshelf a little higher up, and a little nook made of books, small enough for a small creature. You can't currently see what's on the plate as it's a little higher up, but see that there's a little small plate in front of this little nook.
Sorry, it's like up above the bookshelf, you said?
It's on the bookshelf on the highest shelf.
Can I raise Luna up? To check what that is.
Absolutely. You see remnants of breadcrumbs and cheese.
Okay, presumably from the rat. Is there any evidence of the rat being there recently?
From what Luna can see, is that this might have been the location the rat slept while it stayed with Theo, but it currently does not look like it's been there. The cheese and breadcrumbs look very stale and old.
He can't use. Could she use the leftover scent from the rat to maybe track him down?
She can get a smell of him, but as far as tracking, is that something she has
Not
extra skill
specifically.
for?
Not specifically, but I figured her being
Go
having a
ahead
heightened sense
and
of smell.
roll, I believe, an intelligence check. Straight up. Because I
So that
think,
would be
let me see. Survival is wisdom. I'm
wisdom.
sorry. Go ahead and roll a wisdom check.
wisdom check. Just straight, not advantage because of
Unless she has keen smell.
hold on, she does have keen smell. Yeah.
Okay, then yes.
Has some advantage on wisdom. Yeah. Okay. So that would be +1. Okay. 2d20s. What are those? That'd be a 16 and 11, so 16.
Nice. Alright. 16. She can smell that it was here, but it wasn't here for very long. And when it left, it didn't leave by its own feet. The trail kind of just goes cold.
So it just up and disappears. Okay. Fair enough. Good to know. Can I take a look at Theodore's desk, actually?
Yes, you may.
Maybe check the drawers, see what he has up on the desk itself.
On the desk itself, variety of tools, some you've never seen before. And they definitely look very well used. You can see papers, more specifically papers on the stone. They look to be like scrawlings as if someone was practicing etching on some parchment. And then you can see some faint shavings, very obvious shavings of the green stone.
Greenstone.
Mm-hmm.
The one that we had?
You're not sure, but it's the same, roughly the same color.
Do I have... I don't think I have a container. Yeah, okay, that's fine. I'll just leave it there.
You wanna borrow the bag?
You're not here. You're downstairs.
Yeah, we can throw things.
Speaking of downstairs, Al and Emilio, what are you doing? Theo is kind of just sitting by the door, not like really moving much at all, kind of fearing to breathe at this point.
I haven't taken a hand off of Theo, so
Okay.
I'm staying by the door with him.
Okay. Did you set him back down on his feet?
Yes. I'll
Okay.
give my arms a rest for now.
Okay. I was just curious. All right. And Emilio?
Great question. I'm probably just gonna go look through the kitchen again.
Okay. The kitchen is a mess, just as much of a mess as it was last time. And it smells, if not worse, just the same. Pretty stale, and you can even smell just old food. And still just the same different widgets and tools lying on the counters and even on the floor, piled high upon books or upon stools. Are you looking for anything in particular?
Nothing super major. Snacks, mostly.
Roll an investigation check.
And that's gonna be an 18.
Nice. You
Well,
do
good
find
snacks.
in a lower cabinet a wheel of cheese that has been aging for a while. It's a little moldy, but you cut around the cheese, cut around the cheese, cut around the mold. You're not too perturbed by this.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go sit back and nom at the cheese.
All right. It's a really nice cheddar, like really nice.
Ow, you want some of the shit fucking slaps?
We'll have a couple pieces.
Alright.
Man, Al, this is like some of the best cheese you've had in a long time.
Didn't I ask you guys to look for stuff? not fucking snacks.
You didn't really specify what. You said look for stuff.
Well, I imagine. Okay.
I did look for stuff. I found this really cool cheese. I'm making sure that there isn't anything in the middle of it.
Nom, 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 nom.
Yeah,
Hey Theo, is there anything we should be looking out for that might be important?
I mean,
You get one answer before we leave you outside.
no, just the journal. Upstairs I may have a few sketches of the scrawls, but other than that, those are just sketches. Those are already in the journals.
Nothing else.
Takes a minute. There was a little spot that I made for the rat upstairs
Okay.
in the bookshelf, but other than that.
Go over to the staircase. Finally, I've taken my hand off of Theo to do this.
He just stays by the door, like I said, too scared to breathe at this point.
Mm-hmm. I'll walk over and I'll kind of whisper talk up the stairwell. Hey, Red.
Do I hear this?
I would say so. I mean, it's pretty quiet, so any noise you would hear.
I poke my head out towards the stairs. Yeah.
Theo says there might be some drawings and a spot on top of the bookcase to check.
Already found that, yeah. Anything else?
He said nothing else important.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I already got his tools.
That's what I was looking for. That's why I wanted to fucking check for them.
I told you I got them when we both came here.
I figured he might have some more that I could steal.
How we've
But
come
yeah.
full circle. You guys were so pissed that I stole in the beginning, and now look at it. You guys are violent.
Okay.
You guys are stealing.
Yeah, that was before we knew he was a fucking murderer.
I was just ahead of the curve.
Stealing from a murderer is okay.
It is. It is. There is no.
It is-
He's not even a murderer, guys.
It's
Like,
It is
Did he
morally.
build the robots that killed people. Yes.
you
or
didn't
no?
build the robots.
Did Hitler pull the fucking thing on the gas chamber?
I mean, he's
You're not-
technically not the mastermind, but I know what you're getting at, but still.
Just saying. Guys are treating him like he's fucking Jeffrey Dahmer or some shit.
Okay, he in his infinite wisdom decided it was a good idea to work with the shady guy in the shady tavern.
Okay,
Like-
so maybe he's not Hitler, but he's Heinrich Himmler at the least.
Yeah.
My God.
Homeboy.
Anyway. Are
Yeah,
you done upstairs, Red?
Unless if there's any other place I can check. You said there was just the loft, right?
Just pretty much the upstairs room, yep. There's a chamber pot in the corner.
Nah, I won't do that. Okay.
Dump your dive into the chamber pot.
Do what, sorry?
Go dump your dive into the chamber pot.
That's not
There's
what I was
gotta be
planning.
something here. There's gotta be.
Yeah, it potentially has something to do with Theodore, and you know,
I can
But
agree with
no.
that plan.
I'm not that evil.
I am.
Gross.
Anyways, yes, after presumably finding all that I want to find, I start making my way downstairs.
Okay. Are you brandishing that you found the journals, or did you just put them in your bag?
They're in my bag.
Okay.
I'm not like walking down the stairs like
Rolodex.
yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm just cutting off fucking pieces of the trees and eating them with my knife.
7.
7. Wait,
Somebody catch
7?
Somebody catch me!
Catch me!
I'm still at the bottom of the stairs.
You're at the bottom of the stairs?
I was at the bottom of the stairs. I said I walked over to the bottom of the stairs.
Yeah. Al, your vision is just Spice taking 1 or 2 steps down before stepping onto the same stack of books he stepped on before, but
For
not
fuck's sake.
quite in the center, and just falls straight down the stairs, tumbling,
Right
bringing
to
books
him?
and items with him.
Oh, I thought
It
it was
is
like,
a-
just like flying into his arms.
Yeah, flying pretty much right into you.
Can I try and brace, like, super wide stance and catch him?
You can try, but the damage is already done as far as sound goes.
go ahead and roll strength check.
Please catch me.
22.
22, you said?
22.
Nice. I'd say you caught him pretty well. Spice, you take 2 points of bludgeoning damage just from oof down the stairs and hitting into a man who is solid as a rock.
Lovely.
Catch.
Am I like being princess carried or some shit?
Bridal wife.
Bridal wife.
It's super crouched down, so as I catch you, I take the weight and I'll just kind of gently push you off my shoulders.
Okay.
I was sitting here miming it, and you guys can't see it, and I forgot that I got to push it off.
Books
Yes.
and metal objects have just begun to stop clanging around as they had fallen down with you.
I go,
And there's
oh, God. Fucking. Oh, I'm gonna kill him.
Almost as bad as Theo.
Theo's just sitting here like, this is awkward.
I get up, brush myself off, glare at Theodore, saying, I have half a mind to kill you for not keeping your house clean.
I'm sorry. I don't know what to say. I mean, I'm sorry, man.
Clap him
just
with
get
mage
busy.
hands.
All right.
Just look at Red and go, all you need to do is say the word.
Yeah, I know.
We're not killing him
Not
yet.
now, at least.
You two are the only thing keeping me from turning him into pink mist.
I lean over to Theo and offer him a piece of the cheese while Al's threatening him. Okay. Man, you fucked up bad, homeboy. This is good. You should have some. You ain't getting a good meal in prison.
Oh,
My goodness.
okay. I presumably made a ton of noise, right?
Oh, yes.
Do we have some more fireworks I can set off?
Uh,
No.
uh,
No more fireworks.
Amelia.
The silence that follows you falling is eerie and stark in your ears. As far as you can hear, nothing is around.
After a minute or so of silence, I speak up and say, well, at least we seem to be alone.
This house that we're in, is it connected to any others, or is it an alleyway on either side?
That's a good question.
Because I can't remember which one in circle is his.
Let's see.
I think it's across the river near that.
I made a drawing of it. I had,
His is the one with the 2 stories, that has the upper level, because he's in the purple circle.
the horseshoe-looking one.
He's not in the horseshoe-looking one.
Not the horseshoe.
He is
Oh,
in the left one of those 2 buildings.
The one that looks like it's 2 buildings.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Good to know. Good to know.
I mean, this house isn't touching any of the other ones.
I don't think that prevents noise from traveling, but yeah.
That's not what I'm talking about.
What are you talking about then?
We've got a house that doesn't touch anything else, full of paper and other easily ignitable materials.
You want to
No.
light up my house?
You shut up. Now, other than the fact that there could be potentially something useful here, we could use this as a distraction.
God, am I tempted to agree with you?
If we need to. It's an
If-
emergency.
Yes, as an emergency, I will happily help you with that.
If we need a distraction, I make distractions.
Mhm.
We
So
don't gotta
do
burn the place down.
So do I.
Yeah, but then the fire spreads to other things, and I don't really want to be implicated with burning half the town down.
See, by that point, we're not here, so it doesn't matter.
Well, yes, but I'm a citizen of this place. You two just kind of like got here. You could disappear. I cannot.
Tia speaks up. I hate to be a bother, but if we have a moment, we could look at those books and try to figure out what we can do to defeat the machinations.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's
you
what
find
we're doing,
those?
weren't we? Yeah. Yeah, I pulled them out of my backpack. Looking at Theodore, he didn't tell me there was more than one red and green book, by the way.
Oh, I didn't realize. I'm so sorry. There's been the most important red and green book in my bookcase. I didn't even think about it.
You'd think you want, if they're so important, that you'd, make them different from the red. Never mind. I sit down.
We already know he's a pretty stupid man.
Yes,
Color
that's
coding
right.
things would not be something that he's thought of.
I sit down next to Emilio, holding out my hand.
I'm gonna start taking fingers every time he doesn't mention
I
something
put-
that's important.
Does your hand have anything in it?
No, it's just open.
Okay, I'll give you a piece of cheese.
I immediately eat it.
Did you give Tia the books?
I sat down
Okay.
with them in my other hand and was about to start reading them.
Okay.
I guess I hand over the
We can spread them in a circle.
Just all like huddle around.
Well, I presume Tia is going to be the most knowledgeable about the scientific book, so
Okay.
I hand it over to her, and I open up the whatever the fuck the other journalist.
It's basically just a journal of him documenting his experience throughout, creating these gems. He talks about how the initial gems took some time to etch in the programming, and that sometimes the programming didn't go through fully, and that it was just bad on his part because he didn't fully etch it the way it was supposed to be, or something like that. Just going through his process of scientific method to eventually get to the end. And he talks about the creepy man in there. He talks about some of their conversations using larger words and talking about more scientific equations and programming than what you thought would be in the book. But that part doesn't make much sense to you. But he documents his communication with the man, and is more. It seems like it was friendly at first, but as time went on, the man got more stern and more less chatty, more to the point, and very much becoming less tolerable of Theo and his tendencies.
As I'm reading all of this, occasionally asking for more teas.
Occasionally asking for more cheese.
We are sharing it until there is no more.
Uh,
We are awful.
Until
It's a lot of cheese.
I would like to not eat the mold.
Well, yeah, we're not eating them all the time. The cheese itself.
Since
Yes.
we're having a small feast, I'm gonna crack up the
Ouch.
ale that I put into Emilio's bag. Get a couple cups.
What has happened to Tia?
Tia's reading the book. That was her Arcana check to see how what they're reading. That's ouch.
Cool. Awesome.
All right.
Before we deal with that for a second, because that's not going to be great. With a mouthful of cheese, I say, just still staring at the book. You really are kind of dumb, aren't you?
Just at Theo.
Yeah, just offhandedly at Theo.
He doesn't really respond. He doesn't know what to say.
There's so many red flags. I don't know how he didn't see any of them.
I hand Red a cup.
He's so intelligent. He gets so
Oh.
bad at this.
I take a swig of, still looking at what I'm reading,
Mhm.
of the what's in the cup.
Okay. That's generally what you get from that. Tia approaches you with the green book. It
Anything?
was really hard to read some parts, but the most that I could get from the footnotes is that Theo wasn't lying about his original programming of the stone. And in fact, he talks about how it made his broom robot turn off, finally. That it had been quite a while that thing has been banging in his understairs.
Wait a minute. I suddenly stand up and go to that closet because I remember seeing it. Grabbing the broom thingy, whatever it is, Roomba, and bringing it out to where
It's a
everybody's sitting.
Broomba.
God damn it! That is exactly what it is, isn't it?
It's a Broomba.
But yeah, I bring it out. To where everybody's sitting.
Oh yeah, that's my broom device.
Is there? I'm talking to Theodore. Is there one of those etched stones in here?
Not anymore. I took it out once it turned off. It was great. Man, that thing has been keeping.
You used the stone to turn it off, right?
Well, yeah, pretty much. Programming on the robot was just the programming of what it should do, and when I turned it on, I didn't turn off an off switch, or didn't put in an off switch, pretty much. And, that was bad on my part, but, eventually, with the help of the stones, it takes commands. The programming that I had intended, it's a consciousness. It hears you and takes verbal commands, and turned off.
Do either of you guys have a knife?
Do you mind if it's a little cheese covered?
I don't care.
Here
Do
you go.
you mind if it's a little cheese covered?
Take the knife and I put Theo's hand on the table and I separate off his pinky. Just I said I'm gonna start removing fingers every time you forget something that is important.
I'm not forgetting anything.
Theo.
Everything's in the journal.
Really? Because you could have said this on the airship whenever we asked about it.
It's hard to explain. I mean, like he said, the programming is a difficult thing. I can't explain it all the time.
You explained it pretty well just now.
Ah!
Kinda did.
I'm sorry. Okay. I mean, I guess I didn't think it was relevant that you needed to know about the Broomba. All right. The Broomba it was working just fine. I told you that the device was working just fine, and that everything else that I did on my end was good because I knew about the Broomba. All right, and everything was good.
Is he starting to raise his voice?
No. He's like trying to be quiet, but he's like everything was
Okay.
good, and then he was the one that brought me the rest of the stones once I shared with him what I did because he said that he would do it because he was able to do it faster and able to do it better, and so I let him do it.
And make him shut up so I can speak. Do you have any spare stones lying around, or have a way to make more of them? And I take Mage Hand off of his mouth.
It's, no. He provided the stones and waited for me to figure out how to program them. And then once he saw that, he wanted to fiddle around with it himself once we figured it out. And then together we collaborated to make our programming. I just guess I never questioned his.
You don't question a lot of things. Forget it. Doesn't matter.
Trust is something...
Shut up.
He takes that in his eyes. You just go wide. He's done.
I'm like rubbing my eyes as I'm saying that as well. Tia, can I see the book you were reading?
Sure. She passes it to you.
I would like to also try my hand at deciphering what's in the book.
The glyphs are definitely not something you're going to be able to decipher. I'll tell you that straight off the bat. But you can definitely read through the footnotes.
Let me take a crack at it.
I hand it off to him.
Okay. These, what kind of glyphs do they look like?
Are you an inventor?
No, but I can be.
Wait, I'm an inventor? Why don't I understand?
I'm sorry, an inventor from this particular area.
Yes, fair enough.
Amelia, I would say that you're familiar with what they were, but you never really paid enough attention in school to really understand.
That's
Glyphs.
fine. I'm going to channel divinity. I'm going to gain proficiency in inventions.
Well,
Do I get a roll, Luna?
he's dying laughing. I can see
Yeah.
it.
I am dead.
Lunabot.exe has now stopped.
Yeah, pretty much. Channel divinity for proficiency in inventions. You can do it for the magic that's in the book. Because it's not necessarily inventions per se, it's an additive magic, a glyph magic.
That's fair.
I imagine that would probably be fine.
Yeah. Reading through, again, you get the same thing Tia just explained, that everything from his footnotes checks out. It should have worked, it just didn't, and you're not sure why.
Is there anything like hidden?
Like, everything scrawled on the stones in the pages looks right.
Can I pull out? Wait, no. Did we gave the stone away? Correct.
I don't remember.
Yes,
No.
you did. I thought you did.
No, we didn't.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't think you did.
Emilio still has it.
Yeah. Can I just pull out the stone and start comparing the runes?
Sure. You can see that the runes, there are some added ones. Some added
There we go.
scriptures.
On the stone?
Mm-hmm.
Hey Theo.
But they are minute. Like, from what you understand, they shouldn't have affected the programming originally. It changed some programming, not significantly. Like, imagine fine-tuning an AI.
I know enough about coding that if you add an if somewhere, sometimes that program don't run very well.
I mean, yeah.
While you guys have been sitting there passing books and stuff around, I've still got Theo by the pinky with the knife hovering right over it.
Like, can I steal that knife back? I wanna get a piece of cheese right now.
I just need one word to go.
Right. Can I get some
Ow.
cheese and then you
Ow.
get it right? I just want some cheese, man.
As much as I am kind of with you, just let him go for now.
Give him back the knife.
Thank you. Anyway, I'm gonna eat something.
Do you give him back his pinky?
I'm having the pinky for just a little bit more. There we go. Look, I don't major pain him.
Well, he takes it back and it's like a throbbing pinky because of all the blood just like pooling up from how heavy you gripped his pinky.
He's lucky to still have it.
Alright.
I'm just gonna point him out to Theo. Can you show me what these are meant to do?
The added scriptures?
Yeah, the added. Yeah.
Well, this looks like it, kind of directs, makes commands more direct, like, more one-sided, one person at a time, direct, if that makes sense. This one, kind of changes a little bit of the mathematics to, he just starts saying some big-ass words. And then this over here is for kind of just more of response time, making it a little faster. Nothing outrageous when I saw it.
There's just nothing else on the stone that like is like big enough and important enough to be like not in like a minor addition.
You can see maybe some added marks around the side, just like lines that are more decorative than functional.
I'm about to eat the stone. No.
Just as you're eating cheese, you accidentally eat.
Whoopsie.
Whoopsie daisy.
I don't know. I can't. Do you think we should head over to the inn at this point?
Probably wouldn't hurt.
Yeah. You want to take Theo back so he's not a liability?
Yeah, kind of.
Al, you wanna give him you wanna treat him on your first delivery mission? Take him back up to the airship.
Sure.
I mean, you can fly. It's kind of useful.
Yeah. Before we go, we'll look at Theo and go, where did you and the evil man meet in the tavern?
It was common in the back corner, from the bar anyway, corner. Like if you go through the doors, it was in the left corner. It's mostly.
Do you know if he had?
What was that, Al?
Said the back left corner?
Yes.
Okay.
Like you enter in the front door and it's on the left-hand side immediately. That corner.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Back
Do you know
considered from the bar.
Do you know if he had a room of his own at the inn?
He definitely didn't stay with me, so I would assume so. I definitely didn't know too much about his boarding. I would assume so.
I guess anything
else you want to tell us before we leave?
Good luck.
Theo?
Did he say good luck?
Yeah. I hope you
slapped
find
him.
No, as in good luck. I hope you find him.
I still slap him.
Jesus.
He caused this.
Positivity means nothing to me. This is your fault.
Yeah.
Alright.
Are you actually saying that?
Yep.
Okay, yeah. Positivity means nothing. This is your fault. Yes.
Alright, well, you slap him.
Uh-huh.
Red mark left on his cheek.
So there's no other information you want to tell us before we leave?
No.
Nothing at all.
Nothing you might have forgotten that might come up super helpful in the future.
No.
Okay, cool. Punch him and knock him out.
Oh, jeez.
And I'll sling him over my shoulder and be like, cool, I'll meet you guys there in just a couple minutes.
Okay. Wait, do you want us to wait here?
We can wait here. And either meet you here or actually probably staying here would be the best way because I don't know where this tavern is.
Yeah, fair point.
I'll be back.
Alright. Go ahead and roll a stealth check for me.
Okay.
Maybe it's...
With
21.
disadvantage because you are carrying a body.
Shit.
17.
It's not horrible.
14, you said?
17.
17. Alright, not too bad, not too bad. Let's see. Nice. You fly undetected back to the airship, where you can see more than a couple bodies lying around. They're being... What was that?
Sorry, keep going.
More than a couple bodies on the ground. You can still see the crewmen standing nearby the anchor and the ladder, of course. But they seem more hiding behind and within reach of the ladder.
The bodies I saw, were they humanoid or were they the mechs?
Humanoid. They look
Huh.
to be definitely wearing armor representing clasp.
Well, that sucks for them.
They don't seem to be doing very well.
Keep flying.
Well, it's just 4 bodies.
Yeah, sucks to be them. Go up and fly up to the top deck, and then make my way into the interior of the ship, and deposit Theo in the jail, and then make sure to lock it on my way out.
Okay. He is as securely locked as you can get.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll another stealth check to see how well you do on your way back.
Before I do actually make my way back, I'm gonna go to the bottom where the crew was sitting,
Okay.
and we'll try and get their attention real quick. Be like, if that halfling comes down this ladder, you stop him. Understand?
Of course.
Good. Now I'll go and make my way back.
Alright. Go ahead and roll stealth. And no
12.
disadvantage. 12. Okay. This time, on your way back, you see three flying buzzards that have kind of closed in to the area that you first passed through. You've seen them before. They were far off when you first passed, but now they're kind of in your path. Unfortunately, they're looking at you.
I'll dive down and kick my way into a building.
You kick your way into a building?
If I have to, I'll see if I can open the door regularly. If not, then I'll kick the way into it.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
Just the first building I come across.
It is locked, so you
Okay.
will be unable to open it.
I use my warhammer and smash the door handle off, and then move in.
All right. It does make quite a bit noise,
Okay.
But they rolled a 2.
Jesus.
So you're unsure if they have followed you or if they know where you are.
Well, I'm sitting there at the door with my warhammer ready in case they decide they want to try and make an entry. I'm gonna sit there for like 5 minutes just waiting.
Okay. For those of you hanging out at Theo's, it's starting to become a little worrisome how long Al has been gone.
Sorry,
It's
say
been
it.
over 35 minutes at this point. As you're waiting. But
I have been occasionally throwing out a message to see if I can get any responses from Al. It has a range of 120 feet.
No, not nearby. Not yet.
I thought that was much longer, but forgive me.
It's okay. You do still also have that sending stone.
I do, but not towards,
You don't know
Al.
that.
Do I know how I know how a sending? No, I don't know how a sending stone works. Never mind.
You know how a message spell works.
Do you want to hand it over?
The sending stone?
Yeah.
Didn't Asmodeus tell you or show you how it works?
He said clearly you can contact us with this sending stone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure. I give it to Emilio.
Emilio, are you familiar with the sending spell?
It's on my spell list.
Okay. Roll an arcana check.
What's that? 26.
Nice. You are very familiar with this spell.
Cool. Is this one just directed towards them, or can it be to?
Oh no, it's just a sending stone. Plain old sending stone.
It's not attached to the other.
Nope, not attached.
Okay.
Cool. I'm gonna act like I'm doing like something really complicated in front of Red, but it's a very simple process. I'm just gonna rub the rock together until my hands start flashing white, and then I'm gonna go hit up Al and just be like, let's see, I get 25 words. Yo, what's poppin', homeboy? Everything all good over there? Are you dead? Dying? Stolen by a dark lord? Etc. Where you at?
How many words is that? I wasn't paying attention.
24.
That was less than 25, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
24.
Am I just still waiting, DM?
You hear that.
Yeah.
Just
But at that
fucking
point,
nowhere,
yeah,
yeah.
you're probably waiting, getting close to the end of your wait.
Okay. I'll just feel like I'm hearing voices now. I don't know if that's a normal part of this. Yeah, I'm fine. Theo's back. Be just a minute.
Do you know that there is a word limit?
He doesn't. He definitely doesn't.
I think that was within the limit, though.
It was, but
Oh, it
still.
was.
All right.
Eventually, Al makes it back. Al, go ahead and roll me one more stealth check. I'm pretty sure you'll make it, though.
Why would you
It'd be
jinx him?
funny.
Okay, good.
See, I'm pretty sure. Confidence. If you say it's true, it'll become true, right?
Definitely.
All right. Eventually, Al makes it back. Wait.
I'm gonna hand Red back the rock.
How did you do this?
I
What?
was gonna say wizardy powers, but that's just a lie.
He's as soon as you say wizardy powers, I cast Mage Hand and stare at him.
I was giving you a sarcastic response. Okay, I need you to. Okay, you need to come to church with me for the next 3 to 7 years. Then you can do this.
Use the sending stone.
All you gotta do is think about somebody, man. I was just giving you a hard time, but you don't want to play ball. It's all good.
But I was kind of. Nah, forget it. I just stuffed it in my backpack.
All right. With Al back in the party, I was thinking this was a perfect spot to probably call it for the day. I know we had a couple short sessions, but I don't want to go too far without Tia.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
And this seems like a pretty good spot.
When I get back, I kind of look at Emilio. Like, did you talk to me? Were you talking to me?
Hold on. Sorry, we're sitting next to each other, right? Me and Emilio.
Yeah.
I tap him on the leg without Al being able to see. It
Okay.
doesn't catch my tooth. Okay, never mind.
I'm not lying to him. I have no interest in being like.
Oh, I was hoping you would gaslight him, though.
I have
Damn.
no interest in going in.
Forget it. Never mind. Can't have any fun.
All right. Anything else before we close up?
Don't think so. No.
I believe so.
Thank you, everyone, for joining. Thank you guys for playing with me and tolerating my pauses when I have them.
I pull out my tinderbox.
And burn the house down. When you said that, I'm just like, poor Theo, man. You're just like wrecking his life right now.
He wrecked his own life.
He wrecked his own life.
He did it himself.
Like he's not like a well working accomplice with a person who killed 30 people.
Jesus.
With the body count that is ever increasing.
Uh-huh.
My goodness. All right.
With a shady fucking. Never mind. Sorry.
All right, guys. I'll see you guys in a bit. Thank you again so much for playing with me.
Bye bye, everybody.
Bye bye.
Thank you, everyone, for watching and being awesome as always and very magical. As always, we're going to raid on our way out, as is tradition. I hope we had a good session and that our next session will be the same. Pretty awesome. Well, pretty good. Alright, until next time, we're going to go ahead and we're going to raid Blue Angel, as they are awesome and great friend. We actually met up at PAX a little while ago, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and we're going to raid Blue, so let's show them the love and the care that we all have and wish them a good stream. Alright, bye everyone. I always suck at saying goodbye. Bye everyone.